אז רגע, איזה גמרא, כשתמצא לומר, the Gemara, good morning, קהל קדוש, Masechet Ketubot Daf כ"א עמוד א' 21a1. The Mishnah we just finished by saying that if you have two witnesses that they come and they say, this is my signature, this is my friend, the other one says, this is my signature, my friend, they are going to be good. Why? Because each one is testifying about his own signature and his friend. If each one just says only themselves, so according to Shtat Rabbi, they need a witness from the outside to come and to add to them. According to the Chachamim, no. A person is believed on his own signature. Once he's believed on his own signature, that's it. That's the Shtar is Mikuya. Says the Gemara, are you going to come and tell me according to Shitat Rabbi, Al Ktav Yadan Meidim, right? On their own Ktav, they are witnesses, they are testifying, which means that when they come and they are verifying this, what are they only verifying? This is my signature. That's all that they're verifying. And therefore they're going to be believed. But according to the rabbis, right? According to the rabbis, they are testifying on the document in itself, not on their signatures. So when they come and they say Ktav Yadin Uzeh, it's like they're saying we saw the halva'ah taking place, and therefore it's enough with one ed on every single chatimah, because then you have two edim on the chov. You understand? Meaning like this. We're splitting. According to the rabbis, when I come and I say, this is my signature, in essence, what am I saying? I saw the loan take place. What was the document? The document was, I went and I borrowed money from him. Right? So, okay, fine. Chazak Baruch. So when I come and I say, this is my signature, what am I testifying? A loan took place. How much? 100 zuz, whatever is written on the loan. So therefore, I'm one witness. When my friend comes and he says, this is my signature, what is he saying? The exact same thing. A loan take place. So they're both, now you have two witnesses. That means even though they're only testifying on their own signatures, but now in essence, you have two witnesses testifying that he borrowed money from him. That's what's going on. According to Shitat Rabbi, says no, they're testifying on the Ktav Yad, on the actual signature, nothing to do with the actual debt. So therefore, if you only have one witness on one signature, the other, which is he himself, and the other guy, one witness on one signature, you need somebody else from the outside to testify about the signatures. Because according to Rabbi, you were not testifying on the loan, you're testifying on the signatures. And according to the Chachamim, you're testifying on the loan. So says the Gemara, Shita, isn't that obvious? That's a machloket between both of them. It's the same thing. Obviously, it's the same thing. Gemara, isn't that obvious? I would have thought to say Rabbi that Rabbi has a doubt. On Rabbi, maybe he's got a doubt. What are they testifying? Are they testifying only about their signatures, or are they testifying on the manashe b'shtar? Right? V'nafkamina. What's the nafkamina? If one of them died, one of the witnesses died. So you get two other people to come and testify in him, right? And the other one that's alive, right, cannot join in to testify as well. But if not, you're taking out 3/4, right, of the, basically you're taking out like 3/4 on less than one witness. One more time, right? What's happening over here? We have a doubt, right? We have a doubt. One witness dies. Yeah. Now the other witness comes into court. Now he comes and he says, one second, he wants to add another guy with him to testify about this document. Now, 1 second. 50%, which is half, is already on his mouth because he's saying this is my ktav. Then what is he doing? He's joining up with the other ed to testify about the signature of the deceased. So then again, he's getting another quarter. So it comes out the 3/4 of this meaning of this loan is coming out through one witness because he's testifying about himself. Plus he's testifying about the other guy. So it comes out 3/4 are coming out from the other guy. That's why he's coming and saying, according to Rabbi, right? Since he's got a doubt whether they're testifying about their own Ktav Yad or they're testifying about the Maneh Mishtar, so therefore he cannot come and testify at all. You need somebody else to come and testify on everything. If not, and therefore Rabbi says we have to go lechumra in both cases, which means that when you have the two witnesses which are in front of us, Rabbi is going to be machmir that we need both of them to testify about both chatamot, right? Why? Because maybe they have to testify about their own, right? But if one of them dies, Rabbi is going to be machmir. So it comes out also that according to the Gemara, then Rabbi says it's pashut that on the Ktav Yad they are coming and they are testifying, meaning about their signatures. Whether it's lekula, which means that if one of them dies, he could get another ed to come on with him, or whether it's lechumra. So that's what we're trying to say now. That means basically he's going ben lekula ben lechumra. It's always on ktav yadam. So the Amar Rav Yehuda Amar Rav, because says Rav Yehuda Amar Rav, Shnayim achatumim ala shtar umetechamen. When you have two witnesses which are signed in the document, and one of them died, tzrichim shnayim min hashuk la'id alav. So you need two people from the shuk to come and to testify. Bezur Rebbe lekula v'Rabbanan lechumra. In this case, right, Rebbe is going lekula, right? Why? Because this is what he's saying now, right? That Rebbe is going lekula. That you only need one witness from the shuk with this one witness that's still alive with the existing witness, and now the Rabbanan are going lechumra. So it comes out that in this case you have a kula for Rebbe and a chumra for Rabbanan. In the other case, in our Mishnah, was exact opposite. Rabbanan were lekula, that each one testifies about their own testimony, their own witness, their own signature, right? And Rebbe was lechumra. So says the Gemara, okay, fine. What happens if you can't find two edim from the shuk that recognize the signature of the deceased? You only have one. So what's halacha then? So Abaye says, lichtov chatimat yedei achaspa, right? The ed achai should write his signature on a piece of pottery. V'shadile bevedina, and he sends it into the bedin. Umaseke bevedina, then the bedin are going to be mekayem that signature. V'lo tzarich iu la'asu de chatimat yedei, then he doesn't have to testify about his own signature. Ve'azil iu. Then he's going to go with the other witness and he's going to verify the signature of the deceased. You understand what happened? Beautiful. Basically like this. One more time. According to Shitat Rabbanan, you could not come and testify about your own signature and then testify about somebody else's signature, because if not, you have 3/4 on your mouth and 1/4 on the other edge. You can't take out money like that. So what do? Right? There was only one other witness. So what can you do? Says the rabbi, is very, very simple. This live witness, the witness which is still alive, he signs. He sends it, his own signature. He sends it to the bedin. The bedin come and they start verifying it. The bedin verify it. Once they verify it with other documents, with other things, so now he doesn't have to testify about his own signature. So now what happens? He comes with his friend, the other guy, and now they are going to testify about the deceased signature. And now that they're doing it, it's not the 3/4 is going on his mouth. We didn't need the 3/4. It's only so the bedin is like one of the exactly on the one, and then you have another one. Vedavka says the Gemara. Vedavka chaspa, but that's only in a piece of pottery. Aval megillat tabaran megilav klaf. No, it doesn't work. Why? Dilma meshkach la inish dela male. Maybe somebody's going to find it that he's not a good person. Inshe de lo male means people that are not good people. The katavi leve my debai. Then what they're going to do is they're going to write whatever they want. So here he's talking about on a piece of pottery. Imagine right now I take a klaf, empty document, and I sign on the bottom. Right? What happens? If John Jack finds it, Baruch Hashem, nothing happens. If it's a guy that's a chamor, what is he going to do? This person comes and he owes me $1 million and it's already signed. It's already signed from his signature. So now I come today. Look, he owes me money. It was already signed. It's like a blank check. A blank check signed. A blank check signed. If you're going to sign a blank check, you have to be you understand? Yeah. Okay. So that's it. Yeah. After they already charged it and everything, it's not that simple. Yeah. So again, a person has to be careful. So that's what he's saying over here. So so tonight we already learned in the Mishnah Batra Kufayin Amud Totzi alav ktav yado shu chayav lo love min nechasim b'nechorim. If right now you come and you're going to take out, right, a document, right? They come and you take out a document which is signed by the love that he's obligated money to him. He could collect. Why? Because that's it. So Amar Rav Yehuda Shmuel says Rav Shmuel halakha k'divrei chachamim. The halakha is like the chachamim in our Mishnah. In our Mishnah we said the halakha was like chachamim. So says the Gemara Pshita, obviously, Yachiv Rabbi Melachak Rabim. If you have Rabbi and Chachamim, obviously we pass like Chachamim. Yachiv Rabbi Melachak Rabim. You have a minority, you have a majority. You go like the majority. So the Gemara, no. Mao the time I would have thought say Halakha Rabbi Mechavero. Halakha is like Rabbi from his friends. Vafilu Mechaverav, and maybe even his friends in plural. Kamash Malan, that it's only Halakha like Rabbi Mechavero, but not like Rabbi Mechaverav. So that means we always pass like Rabbi against somebody that argues against him, but not against the majority, not against a lot of people that come and they argue against it. Now we're going to say the siman. The siman is nach, nad, chad. So now we're going to explain. Okay? It says the Gemara is going to explain this. This is again the Rabbi Chia, Huna, and Chia bar Yehuda. So therefore that's a nach, chad. Says the Gemara, Amale Rav Chinana bar Chia Rav Yehuda. Says Rav Chinana bar Chia to Rav Yehuda. Ve'amila, and some people say it's Rav Huna bar Yehuda Rav Yehuda. Ve'amila, some people say it's Rav Chia bar Yehuda Rav Yehuda. Does Shmuel actually say this? There was a document that came out of the Bedin of Mor Shmuel. And it's written there, the Ravanan Barchia came, the Asi, then he testified in his own signature. The Adichadi on the other one that was him. Who is that? Rochanan Barabba. So when Rochanan Barabba came, the Asi the same thing. He testified about his own signature and about the friend that was with him. Umanu, and who was that? Ravanan Barchia. We went and we verified the signatures and everything was fine. So it comes out that Shmuel needed one person to testify, right, with the person. So that's going like Rabbi. It's not going like Chachamim. You just told me the lachaz like Chachamim, right? That what? That each one verifies their own signature and they do not need to verify their friend's signature. And 2 seconds later, you're telling me like Rabbi. That's exactly what they did. They testified about themselves and their friend. Another one came in to testify about themselves and the friend. So Elmaleh comes and he says, that was a shtar of yitomim, of orphans. So Shmuel, he thought of a betin that maybe they would make a mistake in the halacha. The Sava Shmuel, and Shmuel said, maybe somebody's going to hold that the halacha is Rebbe mechavero v'mechaverav, right? And here they're going to think that even it's mechaverav. And therefore, we're going to suspect that maybe they're going to take the Yitomim are going to take out the shtar in front of the Bedin, right, which hold like that. And if it's going to be katuv only that each witness is testifying about themselves, the Bedin is not going to accept it because they're going to say maybe we were passing like Rabbi, right? So Savara Avid Ravcha. So therefore, you wanted to make it that there should be a kiyum l'revecha that should be kosher according to everybody, right? And therefore, kiyechet lo mifsed yatve in order that the Yitomim are not going to lose out. Which means that even though he could have gone like Chachamim, which is lekula, remember. Chachamim here is a leniency because all you have to do is testify about your own signature. You don't have to testify with your friend. But here he wanted to do it according to everybody, even according to Rabbi, that they have to testify about their own signature plus their friend, and the other guy about his own signature plus his friend, in order that the Yitomim are not going to lose out. So Amar Rav Yudah ben Shmuel says, Shmuel, Ed v'dayan mitztarfin. Do you know that an Ed, which is one of the witnesses, and one of the dayanim, that they signed on the hempek, which they're signing on they're mitztarfin to be mekayem the document. They combine together to be mekayem the document, which means if the malveh comes and he takes out a document where there's an hempek, there's like a signature, a seal to collect it, and the loveh says, no, everything is mizuyah. So also the witness, the signatures of the witnesses and also the signatures of the dayanim, if one witness testifies and one of the dayanim testify, it's already kosher. Because the way that they used to do it in the olden days was, they used to have two witnesses, and then they used to take it to the Bedin, and the Bedin used to put the seal. Now it's good. You know, it's like a notary public. Right? That's what they do nowadays also. Nowadays, what do you do? You have signatures, and then you have notary public. The notary public is ki'ilu l'avdil l'fadalot. He's like the dayan. He's like the judge. So he's coming and verifying. So nowadays, all you need is one of those witnesses. You don't need two. One witness coming saying, this is my signature. And the dayan, or one of the dayanim. Here, notary public is only one. It used to be dayanim. But let's say, right, if you have here the notary public come and say, this is my signature, they're combining. That's it. You don't need both signatures, meaning both of the din signatures. One signature, one ed, right? One signature of the witnesses and one signature of the dayanim, it's already enough to combine. So Amar Rabbi Merchama said, Kama me'aliyah shmata. Look how good is this halacha. Look how incredible, good this halacha is. So Amar Rava says, my maliyata, what's so good about it? My de kamasi tzada lo kamasi dayana. Why the kamasi dayana lo kamasi tzada? What's already the chidush? Whatever the dayan is testifying is not what the witness is testifying. Whatever the witness is testifying is not the dayan testifying. So therefore, how do you combine them? They're two completely different testimonies. So how do you combine them together? So says the Gemara, like remember Hechal came in, he said, don't even remember, don't even listen to this klal at all. The Kail Yehuda Achim Ishmed de Shmuel, right? That means don't listen to any of the klalim that Yehuda, the brother of Shmuel, came and he said in the name of Shmuel, right? But rather Ed v'Dayan, they do not combine. Okay, Kafalef Amubet 21b. Ikla Rav Nachua de Rabbi Chia bar Abba lemizben Shimshone. So comes now Rav Nai, that he was a brother of Chia bar Abba. He comes to one place to buy shumshonim. Shumshonim are sesame seeds. The Amar Achi, and he said, this is what Shmuel said. Achi Amar Shmuel. Ed v'Dayan mitzarfin, the witness and a Dayan, they're going to come and they're going to combine together. Amar says, Kama me'aliyah shmata, look how good this is. Amar le'ravashi l'meimah mishum dekalsa v'lo deimach atnami mekalsa. He says what? because the father of your mother, which is Rami Bar Chama, he went and he said this was such a good halakha. You're going to do the same thing. Kevar parcha Rava. Rava came and he already pushed this off. Meaning what? That means basically it was going in the family. They were coming and say, oh, look what a good halakha this is. See, when he said, Rava came and he already refuted this entire thing. So Amar of Safra, Amar Rabbi Abba, Amar Rabbi Tzab, Shmuel Bar Marta, Amar of Huna, says of Safra in the name of Rabbi Abba, in the name of Shmuel, in the name of Marta, Bar Huna, Ve'amni Lan, some people say it was Rav Huna, in the name of Rav, Shlosha Sheyashvu Lekayem et Hashar, when you have three people, three dayanim, sitting down to be Mekayem the Shtar, to verify the signatures of the document. Shnayim Akirim Chatumot Yidei Yadim, two of them, they already recognize the signatures of witnesses. Ve'echad Mekin, one of them does not recognize. Ad Shelo Chatmu, as long as the two dayanim did not sign, Meidin Befanav Vechotem, they could testify in front of the third dayan, and then he could sign on it. But after the two dayanim already signed, so now they cannot testify in front of the third dayan, and then they could come and sign on it. So says the Gemara, are the dayanim actually go? Is it mutar for the dayanim come to do that, right? To start verifying in such a way that basically two dayanim are verifying the signatures in front of the third one. The Amar of Papi Mishmeh, the Rabbi says of Papi in the name of Rabba, Ha Ashtar Asharta the Dayanim. This ishur, and Asharta is like an ishur. It's approval of the Dayanim. That was written in front of it before the Edim came and they actually verified the signatures. Psulat. But it looks like sheker. That means even though the Dayanim came and they only signed after the witnesses, but nevertheless, since the Ktivat Asha itself is pasul, because it looks like false, it's not good. So to here it also looks like sheker. But rather you have to say until they didn't write it down, then they could testify. And then he could sign. But once after they wrote it down, so then they could not testify anymore and sign. Shema mina tzlat, we learn from here three different halachot. Shema mina, we learn from here ed naseh dayan, that a witness can become a dayan. Ushma mina, we also learn from here when you have dayanim that they recognize the signatures, they don't have to testify in front of them. They themselves are like the dayanim. We also learn from here the dayanim that they do not recognize the signatures, they have to testify in front of each one of the dayanim, and they cannot just come and start testifying in front of the other two and be mitzaref tashlishi. They have to actually mamash like testify. Okay, so Matkif la Ravashi comes and he asks the following question: Bishma ed nase dayan. I understand that an ed nase dayan, shamina mina, we learn from here, right? Why? We already learned it. Ella dayan, that means we learn from here that an ed could become a dayan. A witness could become a dayan. So he says, Ella dayanim. Why? Because here you have the dayanim that they're like edim, and then they become dayanim. Ella dayanim, but if you're going to tell me now we're talking about dayanim, that they recognize the signatures, that you don't have to testify in front of them. Maybe I'm always going to tell you, they do have to testify in front of them. And here it's different, because here it's different, because the Agadat Edut in front of the Dayan Yechid is not that he's Makir Tachatimot, it's that the two of them are just coming and telling them in front of them. But when all three Dayanim already know it, if they cannot do that, it's going to be Pasul. Meaning, if it's two witnesses, two Dayanim that they know what's going on, and one doesn't, right? Then this is what works. But not if it's all three that they know. The dayanim she'en makrin chatimot dayadim tzrichim la'ib b'fnei kol echad v'echad. But if you have dayanim that they do not know the signatures of the edim, so then they do have to come and testify in front of every single one of the dayanim. So dilma le'olam im lecha and tzrichim. Maybe I will tell you don't need the shanehacha, but here it's different. The lo kamikame mikaime haggadah klal, that it's nothing to do with the haggadah whatsoever. Which means that if right now you're not going to come and testify in front of the third person, right? You're not going to have the edut at all. So therefore, that's why we said that there's not a proof from Rav Huna to the other two halachot. Remember, we have three halachot. Number one, ed naaseh dayan. So that's what we said, yes, that's actually good. But the other two, that basically, that's dayanim makri chadadim entzich laviv nehem, or the other one also. The third one, which is basically, right? No, that was the first one. That was okay. Right? The third one, which is basically dayanim shel makrim or chatimot yedadim enetzichim laid bifnehem. Those two halachot, you don't have a proof. So says the Gemara, Yativ Rabbi Abba b'kamer l'shmata ed naaseh dayan. So Rabbi Abba was actually saying this halacha ed naaseh dayan. So Eitvi Rav Safra Rabbi Abba comes Rav Safra and he asks Rabbi Abba, Ra'u shlosha vehen bedin. Imagine right now three people come and they see the yareach b'chidusho. So they see the new moon. Three dayanim. They see the new moon. Vehen bedin. Now they're bedin gadol, right? Ya'amdu shnaim. So two of them will come, stand up. Yoshiru mechavrehem etzelechi. They're going to put another two dayanim by the one dayan that also saw it. So the two of the dayanim they're going to testify in front of the third dayan that he also saw it, with another 2 dayanim that didn't see it. Yomru, they're going to say, Mikudash, Chodesh Mikudash, She'ena Yachid Ne'eman, that's small, because one person has not believed on himself, meaning that third dayan cannot do anything by himself. Now, if you're going to tell me the Ed Naaseh Dayan, that an Ed could become a Dayan, Lama li kulei, why do we need all this? Letvu b'duchtayhu, right? The two of them should sit in their place, right? V'likatshu, and they should just, right? If the Ed himself could become the Dayan, so here you already have three Dayanim, and all three saw it. So the 2 Dayanim could come with the third Dayan. They are the Ed, they become the Dayanim. And they come in. Why do you need to get external 2 Edim, right? Why do you need that? Elmaleh, he says, after the Dikachli, you're right. I also had the same question. Ushaltil Rabbi Yitzchak Bashmuel Bar Marta, and I asked this to Rabbi Yitzchak Bashmuel Bar Marta. Rabbi Yitzchak to Ravuna, Lechia Barav, Lechia Barav Lerav, the Elmaleh, when he said, Hanach le'eduta chodesh midoraita. He says, no, eduta chodesh, you're asking, it's doraita. So therefore, to do a dinim doraita, en ed naaseh dayan. An ed cannot become a dayan, and that's why they needed the external dayanim. But here, kiyum shtarot is the rabbanan, and then an ed can become a dayan. When you have 3 people that they sit down to be mekayim the shtar to verify the document, and then there was a nidor in the kashrut of one of the dayanim. If it was until they didn't sign, so then they're going to testify, and then they could sign it. But after the 2 dayanim already signed, so now they cannot testify the kashrut of the other dayan in order to sign. This, by the way, even happens until today. Right? But all of a sudden they come and they say, maybe there was a problem with the jury, with this, they were no gab at the bar, they had an interest, they had this, they had that, and that's what they tried doing. So what type of an irur? Right? Irur, the gazanut is going to mean that he's a gazlan, right? It's 2 against 2. Right? The 2 dayanim against the 2 other witnesses. Irur the pagam mishpacha, just find out about the mishpacha, and then we'll continue with Hashem tomorrow with it.